I'm Jason Harris, developer, designer for Blue Jay Development. In this briefing, I'm going to go over with you the site map and the wireframe for the site that I came up with. But first of all, let me recap of my last presentation. In the last presentation, I went through and gave you a general overview of unifying solutions and why they want a website. Also, what they stood for, and a little bit about myself. Explain to you why you would want me to build your website. A little bit about the visitors of the site, and through their user scenarios. Also, a little bit about the technologies that's going to be used while developing the site. And that brings me to a subject. I got a revision in the technologies that I've sent to you the last time. For the last time, I noted that I was going to use Ghost. And the revision I made is I'm going to use Skeleton in place of Ghost as a CSS framework. So I would need you to go back and review that document and re-sign that document stating that you agree with the changes that I made. But also in the last presentation, I also went through with you, as you notice on the creative brief, is a detailed time frame in which it will take to build a site, as well as a detailed price list of the development of the site. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to go into the presentation at hand, and that's going to be covering the site map and the wireframe for which I came up with for the site. Now, if you look at the site map, you notice at the top left portion of the page, I have an area that's going to have various boxes, and those boxes are the pages of the site. You have home, about, journal, and contact. And those, like I said, is going to be the pages that's going to be associated with the site. Now, if you notice, there's lines connecting those various boxes. Those lines are the associated links to get you from page to page. So, take for instance, you're at the home page or main page of the site. From that page, you'll be able to get to the About page, the Journal page, and the Contact page. And from either one of those sites, the About, Journal, or Contact, you can get from one page to another back to the home page as well. Now, if you also notice, I have another section towards the bottom left hand of the page, and that's going to cover the admin area. Now, through that URL that you see, unifyingSolutions.com/wp-admin, that URL is going to take you to a login page. And after you get to login in, you'll see you're coming into the control panel of your WordPress. And from that control panel, you'll be able to update your pages that you already have on the site. You'll be able to add pages to the site, as well as delete any pages or anything within the site from that control panel. So if you don't have any questions of what I just went over, or if you do have any questions of what I went over, please feel free to contact me, and I'll answer your questions as best as possible. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the wireframe. The wireframe is just a graphical representation of the layout of the site, for which I foresee creating. And if you notice at the top of the site, you have a bar that's gonna list the address, the phone number, and the website to get in contact with me and find solutions. Then right beneath that, you can have the logo as well as the pages of the site. Now that area right there, that's going to be the heading of the site, or the header section of the site. Now if you look below at the bottom of the wireframe, you notice that you see the copyright information along with the address and the phone number for the company, and again the list of the pages of the site. That area right there is called the footer section of the site. Now the header and the footer is always going to stay the same throughout the site. The only thing that's going to change in the site is the content portions of each page. And as you notice, the layouts of the content sections are going to change varying what page you're on. And the About page, if you look at it, I'm not sure if you're familiar with WordPress at all, but if you click on a heading or a title, you'll get sent to what's called a single page view. The About wireframe is going to be what your single page view will look like. That's why I went through and gave you a home page wireframe, a wireframe for the About page or the single page if you want to look at it, and a wireframe of the contact page, because they're going to be varying in layout. And within those 3 pages that I sent you simply see what the website's going to generally look like after development. So again, if you have any questions about what I just went over with you about the wireframe, please feel free to contact me, and I'll answer your questions as best as I can. Okay, so just to recap, I went over today in this briefing a little synopsis of what I covered in the last briefing. I gave you a heads up on a revision that I made to the creative brief, and I gave you a look at the site map and the wireframe, which I came up for the layout of the design for the site. I want to thank you for viewing my presentation. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And have a nice day.